The Me Too movement broke the silence of thousands of women gaining the confidence to speak out about sexual violence and harassment. It started as a vital mainstream conversation, and now some Suncoast companies are starting to rethink and revamp their policies to shield against sexual harassment. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick joins us with more. Jess.
Alan, women have changed the mood. For a long time, some companies would keep quiet about sexual harassment allegations and oftentimes not take them seriously. That's an era of the past. One Suncoast company is taking the lead and making symbolic moves in hopes that other companies will follow. Take a scroll through Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Flip through the TV channels, open the newspaper, and you'll likely stumble into a conversation about the Me Too movement. It's all around us.
As a Christian, as a father of two daughters, it's like, one of the first things I started asking myself is, what can we contribute to make society better in this?
Rev Content CEO John Lemp has taken a powerful stand against sexual harassment and assault in the age of #MeToo. As the world's largest content recommendation network with ads reaching 90% of the U.S. audience, Rev Content has eliminated the use of all sexually objectifying and explicit content. For example, the company won't allow ads that show women in bikinis or men with their shirts off.
Just because Facebook or just because all our competitors aren't willing to enforce a standard doesn't mean we shouldn't. So we've decided to actually lose revenue by making the choice that we feel like is the better choice.
Lemp's employees are behind him, 100%.
I think that we're definitely one of the forerunners towards this type of thing, but I think other companies are going to recognize that, and over time other companies are going to adopt similar policies. Or at least I hope so.
The company now getting national recognition from the National Center on Sexual Exploitation for the steps it's taking.
They were able to sort of give us their standards, and we essentially opened our entire compliance process to them and wound up implementing every single one of their recommendations.
Luckily, there are other businesses out there like Rev Content that are taking steps to eliminate sexual harassment, assault, or exploitation from society.
I've seen a lot of requests for us to do training as well as to review policies and make sure that they are as good and tight as they can be.
Gail Farb, labor and employment management attorney at Williams Parker Law Firm, says one part of addressing sexual harassment in the workplace is to create a clear policy.
Some of which would be to define what is the prohibited activity, whether it be called harassment or bullying or something else, and then to whom the employees should go to report any activity, what the company is going to do, such as a prompt investigation, whether that information can be kept confidential to the extent possible.
But that policy alone is not enough.
You need to train your employees and your managers, and so you have your whole work staff understanding what it is, and then who's going to do the investigations, train those investigators how to do them. There's a lot of parts that you kind of take for granted, and it's not just write a policy, here it is, sign it, move on, we've done our job.
And there are still companies out there that aren't addressing the issue. At Spark, the Safe Place and Rape Crisis Center, the staff helps the victims of sexual abuse.
Since the Me Too movement, we've had a tremendous amount of calls of people coming forward saying it happened to them. And it's not just females, it does happen to men. I think it's hard for us to kind of grasp our mind around it, but that a female is capable of harassing a male, but it does happen. So this movement has kind of created a safe place for them to come out and get help.
They're hopeful that the companies in need of a policy and procedure changes do so as a result of the Me Too movement. First and foremost, Cherie Heasley says companies need to take the report of sexual harassment and assault seriously.
It is a really great time to ensure that everyone is aware of it, to have those conversations and to have an open door policy.
Heasley can't reveal whether or not Spark sees victims of incidents that happen in the workplace, but she says it is happening. According to the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, there have been more than 2,000 charges filed in 2017 relating to sexual harassment, assault, or abuse in the workplace. But it's happening a lot more than that. The numbers just aren't being reported because of reasons such as the statute of limitations is over. The numbers also don't include victims that still haven't spoken up.
Jess, thank you.